At first, people thought the family was exaggerating.
Small noises inside a house were not unusual.
Old buildings creak, pipes move.
Children imagined things.
That's what neighbors told themselves, until the sounds became impossible to ignore. It started inside an ordinary home in Enfield, England during the late 1970s. A mother living with her children began hearing knocking sounds at night. Not random sounds.
Deliberate ones.
Slow, rhythmic, like someone moving carefully inside the walls. At first,
She ignored it.
most people do.
Because human beings naturally search for normal explanations before accepting fear. But then the furniture reportedly began moving.
Chairs sliding,
Beds shaking. Objects appearing in different places.
and suddenly, the atmosphere inside the home changed completely. The children became terrified of nighttime.
Sleep disappeared.
Arguments increased. Neighbors began noticing emotional exhaustion on the family's faces. And then came the event that changed the entire street.
One night,
According to witnesses, people outside the house reportedly heard loud crashing sounds from inside. When neighbors rushed over,
they claimed they saw furniture moving without anyone touching it.
that moment transformed private fear into public fear.
And once fear becomes shared by a community, it spreads differently. People began discussing the house constantly. Children avoided walking near it. Curtains stayed closed at night.
Some residents reportedly locked doors earlier than usual after sunset. Not because they fully believed in ghosts, but because uncertainty itself creates anxiety.
That psychological detail is important, because sometimes people are not frightened by what they know. They are frightened by what they cannot confidently explain.
Soon, journalists arrived. Investigators entered the home.
Psychologists studied the children.
Paranormal researchers became involved, and the case exploded across newspapers. Some believed the children were responsible.
Others argued stress and emotional.
Instability inside the household created exaggerated experiences.
A few witnesses insisted something genuinely unexplainable was occurring.
And maybe the most disturbing part was this:
The deeper people investigated,
the less emotionally stable the situation became. Every new incident increased suspicion, fear,
attention, pressure,
until ordinary life inside that neighborhood no longer felt ordinary at all. Imagine living on a street where police cars occasionally arrive at night, where reporters gather outside homes, where your children ask if something dangerous is inside the neighbor's house.
eventually.
The case became one of the most famous paranormal stories in modern British history.
But decades later, people still debate what truly happened.
Hoax, psychological stress,
Mass suggestion,
something genuinely unexplained. Nobody fully agrees.
and perhaps that uncertainty is why the story survived for so long.
Because beneath the paranormal headlines, there was a much more human story unfolding quietly underneath. A story about fear spreading through ordinary people.
About how tension transforms communities. About how uncertainty changes behavior.
The house itself was frightening, but the psychological reaction surrounding it may have been even more disturbing.
Because once enough people begin emotionally believing something is wrong,
Entire communities can slowly reshape themselves around fear. Doors close earlier.
voices lower, sleep becomes harder, and ordinary streets stop feeling emotionally safe after dark. Sometimes, the most unsettling mysteries are not the ones hidden inside haunted houses. Sometimes, they are hidden inside the way human beings react to uncertainty together. History is not old. History is living inside us.
One day, one event.
One lesson.
Mr. Feedy,